What's up guys, Coop here, and today we're going to actually be doing a channel update. So I promised you guys every 2 weeks I'd be trying to do a channel update, and the first thing we're going to be doing is doing the Q&A. So I asked about 2 weeks ago and on every single one of my newer videos to send me a Q&A question. Could have been anything, could have been about video games, could have been about just in general a lot of different stuff. So I chose 3 of my more favorite ones, and one of the ones I thought I could talk a lot more about. And you guys actually sent a lot of good questions. Some of them I'm actually going to be saving, so if you didn't get your question asked, I'm actually saving them till next week. I was kind of mind blown about all the different results I had because I didn't expect this many questions. I expected maybe 2 or 3 and then just for me to bring up a discussion point, but actually most of you guys sent in a good amount. I think I have a total of like 12. So I figured longevity-wise it'd be more important for some of those bigger ones to be sort of their own separate videos and to kind of give them the more respectful sort of answer without me having to go on for 30 minutes about some of those questions. So let's actually dive in and talk about some of the questions you guys sent me. So the first one I got is from, I think it's Michael, but it's also kind of spelled differently, so it might be Michael or Mikkel. Just asking, what's my age? I am 21. I like this question because I'm actually going to be turning 22 in about 2 weeks. One of the specific reasons I chose this is because I want you guys to know roughly 2 weeks might be a little bit shaky on some of the videos because it's going to be my birthday week. There's going to be a lot of big things going on, in reality. So just be on the lookout for that. But yeah, I am 21, going to be 22 soon. So pretty young age. And let's see, the next question is favorite video by Lunas. So I didn't actually expect this question. This one actually, I had to think about it for a while. It was a little bit tougher to sort of think because I have a lot of good videos that I enjoy a lot from what I did with them. And so when I was diving in and trying to figure out roughly what video is my favorite, it was too hard to pick. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of choosing this answer. I'm gonna choose my top 3 videos. And these are videos just so I had overall really a lot of joy from, a lot of support from, and ones that I thought were very interesting with how they worked. So let's actually dive in and show you guys real quick. So the first one is my good old Divinity 2 build of the two-handed Raging Berserker. I felt like this build was very nice. It's one of my favorite ones, honestly. It just works out so well. And I know I say a lot of my builds are my favorites, but this one is one that I think from a competitive standpoint and from just overall survivability, damage, everything, it just creams most things out there. And it's one of those builds that most people might say oh, I don't like this build's kind of crap or whatever, and I just recommend this one. I'm like, this one I know for a fact is good, it's great, it'll work for you. If you're into the whole melee class, this is the build to go with. The necromancy, the war, with the crit, everything is just great. Especially for the lone wolf aspect, you can overpower that character, make it super powerful. I had it down to a T with that video. It's got roughly about 1,261 likes it's got 1,261 views and 12 likes and no dislikes. And I think that goes to show that the community liked it as well. I thought I just feel really great about this build. I wish that when it was on sort of my prime of my YouTube age, when I was first covering videos, that I made this build first because I was working on it for so long and I wanted to get it right. But it kind of came a little bit less towards the butt end of Divinity and its sort of hype. But it's one of my favorite builds out there. Now the next one I wanted to show you guys is good old my Steam sale recommendations. I felt like this video was really good. It was a video that I shot in the dark, and I wanted to kind of tell subscribers hey, here's all these good games. I like all of them. They're all really good. And I try to specifically look for, okay, I need ones for every single person. Every single person out there has to like one of these games. So I chose, and I was like, this game's good, this game's good, this game's good, this game's good. Okay, and then I looked at them, and I was like, okay, get rid of all the extra shooters, and, we need one in RTS. We need one of this, one of this, one of this. And it was really good because I had a nice compact video of just showing everybody, hey, this is a really good video, you should check this out. Or hey, this is a really good video, you should check this out. It was really nice overall just to have all these different videos out there. So to sort of be hey, all these videos worked out really extremely well. Or all these games worked out extremely well. But in general, I digress. It was a great video nonetheless. It got roughly 1,707 views with 24 likes. 6 dislikes, but I think the dislikes came from some people not liking some of the deals I picked out or not recommending their game. you know, there's always that bias of why wasn't my game shown or my favorite game. It is what it is. I wanted to cover all the different games. I put in some free ones, which I think was a little bit of what was sort of the disliked aspect of it, but I wanted to give a games for pretty much everybody, and to this day I think that list was perfect. I think I did it correctly, and I think it overall reflected that. Now the last one is a smaller video. This one does not have that many views, but it is still one of my all-time favorites of basically it's a World of Warcraft speculation video about N'Zoth, and it specifically talks about some of the different phrases that work with him sort of. It's like this weird thing where, like, Shadow Priests in World of Warcraft, when they turn into their shadow form and they talk, some of their words translate into N'Zoth. And I found out that some of the words in there, like such as the fruits and everything, actually hint to some of the bigger things on islands. So it's sort of my speculation video. Now this is my first time ever trying it. I didn't really advertise it that much. And even though it's only got a little bit, it's got less than 100 views, it's still one of my favorite videos. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed a lot of the different aspects to it. And I thought that it did really well. It's small, but it was a video that I got a lot of joy at, so in the end, doesn't really matter. I think I did good nonetheless. So, that's it for the main videos there, but those are my sort of top 3 videos that I liked out of that. Now the next one I've got is basically not so much a person personally asked me this question, but I've been getting this question so many times on Twitter, on YouTube, on my Facebook. And it's just about getting started on YouTube. And it's kind of weird because I'm not successful at YouTube. I'm smaller. I'm not that big. And a lot of people keep asking me, like, oh, how do you get on YouTube? Like, yo, help me out. Help me get set up and everything. And I'm just like, dude, I'm not even set up myself. Like, I'm barely in the game. So I think it's important that we talk about this issue of, like, how do you actually start on YouTube? What are the baby steps? Because I'm going for the baby steps. A lot of the bigger YouTubers, they've been out for a while. They don't have to go for all the steps now. If you are trying to get started on YouTube right now, walk in thinking that you're not going to make money within the next 6 months. I know that's a little rough, but they are changing sort of how YouTube works. So now it requires 1,000 subscribers and I think 40,000 hours or something like that, 4,000 hours of like view time, which if you're not really getting that, regardless, I think you're pretty much not doing YouTube right. I get 4,000 roughly in a week, like maybe even like 10 times that amount. I think a lot of the sort of controversy about that is kind of backwash and it doesn't really matter. I think when you're getting into YouTube, you really need to have like a passion for just talking to people, community. I think community is a bit more important aspect to it. If you want people to sort of look at you and be like, wow, you know, this guy's awesome, let's hang out, let's do this, let's play some games, that's the right approach for it. Don't go into YouTube thinking of a business. You're not going to get there. It's just not going to happen in this day and age. It used to be you only needed like 100 subscribers and like 10,000 views or something to get monetized. Now, you can't even get into the game anymore. So, let's actually talk about starting steps. So, you kind of get that mindset in. You're like, okay, building community is my first thing. Let's talk about the actual first couple steps. 1, advertising. Advertising sucks right now. It is hard to advertise your YouTube channel because if you post on Reddit, you get shadow banned. If you try to post on forums, they consider you a spammer and you get stopped. If you post in game chats, you're going to have haters who dislike all your videos and things like that. So when you go about advertising nowadays, it's more of just kind of plugging away. I think one of the more important ways is if you're actually confident about your work and you think it's actually pretty good, post it on social media. Your friends, your real life friends, are some of your best critiques. I thank God that every day that I posted on Facebook and Twitter, everything, because some of my biggest fans and some of my biggest critiques have been from real life people. And from them saying, hey, your video was good on this regard. I like your sort of stance on this. Or, hey, I feel like your audio is a little bit off. Or that the sound quality wasn't that good. It's important that you look at that aspect because sort of advertising off of social media is one of the best ways out there. And it's one of the ways that you won't get that many bad fans from it. Also using hashtags. So hashtag YouTube Gaming, hashtag gaming. Hashtag support small streamers, that sort of thing is very important, especially going forward. So advertisement is key. Next is equipment. Obviously, make sure you have good equipment. Don't use like really crappy, like, don't use your phone as your microphone. Try using things like a cheap headset. I think one of the best ones out there is just getting a Turtle Beach headset. You get good sound, you get a good mic. It's not a great mic, but it is what it is. Later on, you can get the mic stand, the pop filter, and all that, but baby steps, headset, and just go. Recording software-wise, get OBS. OBS just does everything for you. It gives you all the production value, it gives you everything else. Watch YouTube videos to learn how to do that because it's free. Just use that. Next is your video editing software. Just use Movie Maker. Movie Maker is free as well, so you have Movie Maker, you have OBS, you get a Turtle Beach headset. You're only using $40 and now you're in the YouTube game. Simple and easy. Next, make a YouTube name that is very catchy and at the same time it doesn't have any numbers. My original YouTube name was Chris Slayer 1. Chris Slayer 1 is not catchy. It's edgy and it has numbers. Makes it so hard. Look at Boogie like 9128 or whatever. Nobody remembers that. I just remember Boogie. Boogie's one of the biggest YouTubers out there. He does a lot of great work, but he has all those numbers there and nobody can hardly remember them. Try to say it yourself, like Boogie 91218 or something like that. Either way, it's a lot to try to remember. So numbers make it really hard for the YouTuber game, and especially if you don't have like a big hit, you're probably not going to happen to get there. Next, make all your videos 10 minutes long. It boosts up your revenue, it boosts up your views, and YouTube, you're not just doing it for the money, but when it comes to 10-minute videos, it's important because 10-minute videos also has a long watch time, so somebody that watches a good amount of it boosts up your revenue, or not your revenue, but boosts up your view count, I guess, so to speak. So it makes you trend a little bit better. So when somebody views your video twice, so say like it's a video that you can repeat over and over and over again and they are watching it over and over, similar to sort of music videos. That's why music videos are always trending. It's because people are watching them over and over and over and over. And it's great because people watch those ads over and over and over and over again. So, and also just in general, those banner ads that are at the bottom of your videos, the whole 10 minutes that they're up, that's money right there. So that's important as well. So 10 minutes is important if you're trying to go for a business standpoint, and also is important because it makes you trending and gets you more of an audience in general. So that is talking about getting started on YouTube. So that's in conclusion of the Q&A though. I have a lot of really good questions. I'm just trying to move them into the future. Obviously, I don't want to like exhaust all my questions my first Q&A. I think it'll be more important later on when, especially going forward, if we have all these questions kind of saved up in the coffer. So especially as we start to build an audience. So, what is next on my channel, I guess, so to speak? So, the next thing I'm going to be actually looking at is I'm trying to look at different games to play because Divinity Original Sin 2 is kind of, I don't want to say dying, but it's like, everybody's already looked at it. Everybody already knows everything. Everybody already knows all the builds, so the tutorials are not really there. I'm doing some co-ops with my friend, so what I'm doing is I'm starting to record those, and I'm going to make them into nice little segments to show on the channel, but I don't want to show Let's Plays that much, because Let's Plays kind of drown a channel. I want to kind of have like a variety of different content for people to come in, variety of different reasons to come in, and I don't want it to just be like, oh, okay, well the last whole week he's been posting Divinity Original Sin co-op the whole time. So I'm trying to like trinkle it in, a little bit of World of Warcraft, a little bit of Divinity, a little bit of YouTube discussion, a little bit of gaming news, that sort of thing. So going forward, we're probably going to have at least another build video or two. I am working on the Ranger and the Rogue. Ranger is going to be roughly, it's going to take me a little bit longer because I learned a little bit something new, so that's going to take me a bit. We're actually going to be looking at Battle Right though. Battle Right's going to be awesome, so I'm going to be throwing a few videos of that, 2 or 3 of those. So we're probably, I have a quick look at it where it's just like me, my initial thoughts. Then we're going to have some like gameplay of me playing Esmo, just showing some nice little fun there. And then I'm going to have a final review, which is going to be great. I'll be leveled up a lot more, and then I'll be able to talk about that. Next, probably any YouTube discussions that go on, and probably try to find some more games out there. So if you guys actually have any games that you really want me to cover, put them in the comments below, because I'm really curious, because I'm running out of ideas. I'm running out of ideas for games. Next, we're probably going to be doing some World of Warcraft speculation. It's sort of the ending of the expansion now, and sort of all the main things in World of Warcraft are kind of done. I did record a lot of the 7.3.5 quest line, but as I was making that video and I sort of cropped it all up and made it into a nice little cut video, I rewatched it and it's boring right now. The quest line is literally 5 or 6 quests and you just kill a bunch of goblins, so there wasn't really much to talk about there. So I think one of the things that we're going to be really focusing on is just doing some World of Warcraft speculation videos. Even though it's not my biggest videos out there, I enjoy them. Like, I just enjoyed talking about them. And the first speculation video I did was not, like, exactly what I would consider a big fun fury. So we'll actually be doing a little bit more of that. So check out for Divinity, Battlerite, probably some more YouTube discussions, and then also World of Warcraft speculation videos. But have no fear, I'm probably going to be doing a lot of other crazy stuff in the mix. So obviously I've got a lot going on this week, so I will definitely be trying to post a little bit more as time goes on. But we will see in the future. But I thank you guys for watching. I am now officially at, I think, let's see the subscriber count real quick here, because it has actually been growing exponentially, and I cannot say any more of how proud I am of that. So we are at 850 subscribers. That is crazy. So one of the things is, obviously I'm trying to get up to 1,000 by the end of February. Initially it was supposed to be, we were supposed to get to 800 by the end of January, and then 900 by the end of February, but we're going at such a fast speed here. I think it's going to be important that we try to get up to that 1,000 mark by the end of February. I'm not too worried about that. I mean, it's not too big of a worry. I'm making a decent amount of money as it is. But the fact that we're treading along so well, I mean, I've gained 50 subscribers in just this week alone. That's insane. So I'm proud to say that I am glad that this channel is growing, especially because it used to just be a 14-year-old me in front of a camera just talking about World of Warcraft to now a lot bigger of an audience. So that is just insane. Like, it's just mind-blowing. Like, I look at the stats and I'm just like, wow, people watch 4,000 like minutes of me. Like, that's crazy. But anyways, I thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next time.